Yo, yo, yo. Musa 7-fold proper context media, you know what's going on. Yo, let's get right into it. You already know what's going on. DNA versus Hollow. Yo, alright. So, to me, yo, I'm kind of excited about this. No joke. Like, to me, this is like the battle of LeBron and Jordan. You know, I'm sorry. Like, I look at that DNA. Like, to me, DNA is the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs. Like, Hollow's one of the GOATs too. Like, I look at both of them as, as GOATs. I look at both of them as God tier. Both of them as, they both reach that. I feel like, Hollow, no matter what you feel like, Hollow has reached a status where you can't deny him as he's a GOAT. Like, what I mean? You got the Mooks, the Lux. He may not be with the Mook and the Lux, but he's definitely up there with the T-Rex's, Charlie Clips. And in this Hollow, like, and then DNA's right there. Like, I feel like over the years DNA's got a lot of disrespect on his name, but I feel like, I don't know why. Maybe because he was battling a lot. Like, DNA was battling a lot, and I don't know, but I feel like, over the years DNA took a lot of slack. But to me, DNA is one of the GOATs, and also, by the way, he's my wife's favorite battle rapper, so no DNA slander, please. I never heard the end of it. Anyway, so, alright, so let's jump into this. Like, I looked at the face-off, man. The face-off was crazy. I feel like Hollow was like, he was picking a little bit at DNA passively. And it's a way that, like, people could really, like, pick at you and, like, nobody else can see it, but they know they doing it and they doing it. It's kind of like when your little brother, like, elbow you and then you hit him back and your mom only see you hitting him. You know what I mean? So then it's like, oh, then you get in trouble, but you be like, yo, but he just, it don't even matter because she ain't see that shit. I feel like that'd be Hollow a little bit. Like, Hollow know what he be doing. Hollow's smart. But I feel like this face off, he couldn't really spin DNA like he wanted to. Like, DNA was like, DNA smarter than a bit. So I feel like, hey, folk, DNA smart. So, like, DNA was, he was, everything that he was trying to do. I feel like Hollow, with K-Shine and them, K-Shine kind of like me. K-Shine hot-headed. Anything you say to us, like, anything you say to me, like, I'm like, yo, nigga, what you mean? Like, what type of time you on, nigga? What's up? Like, DNA kind of, like, dissected, like, hey, yo, you just said this, and now you saying this, and nigga, I ain't falling for that. Like, and I feel like, DNA was a little bit too smart for what Hollow was trying to bring for him. And, I feel like, man, DNA really, this is why I feel like DNA gonna win. Let me just get to the root of it. We can't get to the root, ain't no need to cater to the branches. Let me just get to the root. This is why I feel like DNA gonna win. DNA gonna win because I feel like Hollow the Don is gonna come in there trying to paint a picture of DNA that we already know that he not. He gonna come in there talking about, oh, you did this, I seen a nigga do this to you, I seen a nigga, and we already know DNA we ain't never looked at DNA as on street, nigga. He done came in, he ain't never tried to be, even though he used gun bars, and nigga, that don't mean that you street because you use gun bars, own a gun, or whatever. Like, that don't mean that, DNA never, I felt like DNA never came in trying to convince us that he was street. And then now that there's no gun bar DNA, like, now you really gonna look like a fool trying to go up there and paint a picture that, oh, you let a nigga do this. DNA ain't never been no street nigga, so, a lot of them street nigga rules that you're trying to apply to him ain't gonna work. You gonna have to come with some grown man rules. Like, I seen you as a grown man do this for that shit to hit, and I don't feel like you got too many of them grown man moments because, DNA is kind of like Battle Rap's first son, him and Chess. Like, we seen him grow up in front of our eyes. We seen DNA grow up since he was 17. We seen Chess grow up since he was like, 13, 14, right in front of our eyes. Like, they are URLs or Battle Rap's first sons. So, I don't feel like you could really paint no picture of DNA that we don't know. You know what I mean? But DNA can paint a picture of you. DNA got a lot of, we know you was leaning, but DNA might have a lot of, specifics on a nigga that'll make you look like, a couple specifics make a nigga look like, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying, but I don't feel like you got them type of things on DNA because, you gonna come in there trying to tell, talking about how DNA this and DNA that, but we never said it was a street nigga. So I feel like I feel like Holla was doing a lot of little personal things in the face off, and then DNA smart. He caught on to it, and then he started picking back. And I don't feel like Hollow could take it. I don't think. I think Hollow kind of like in his out of his comfort zone. You know what I mean? Cause a lot of the battles, Hollow win in the promo. Let's be for real. Hollow win before the battle. Like he'd get into a nigga head before the battle, and it'd be like, at that point it'd be like, yo, he already won. He done got in your head. He done got you all outside of character. He didn't, and all that. But I don't think he did that with DNA. Like I feel like, you gonna go up there saying some stuff about DNA that we ain't even gonna care about. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like you gonna say some stuff about DNA that we already ain't gonna. I mean. You gonna go up there talking about he ain't make this and that. I'm gonna tell you the truth, nigga. I bought DNA album personally. Nigga, I kicked that $20 out and I support a lot of battle rappers. Nigga, I'm gonna tell you the truth, Hollow, if you drop a album, I'm gonna pay the $20 whatever dollars you ask for it too. Like I'm a battle rap supporter. I buy merch, I buy albums, I buy everything. So like there's no doubt in my mind that it's, fans like me, 1,000 fans like me that bought that album or however many, because I bought it personally. I sent my money personally, and I don't feel like it's hard to believe that he did that. I'm gonna tell you here, like I bought the album personally. First of all, I bought Invictus. Invictus was so fire. I bought that shit twice. Shout out to DNA. Hey, yo, if y'all ain't got the album Invictus, go get that. I bought Invictus twice. I bought the regular album and I bought the signature where he sent me the autograph. The poster. I bought Get Money, Drink Water. I bought these albums personally. I DM'd DNA how much you want for the album. Went to the website for Invictus and bought that album. I'm telling you, I bought the album twice. I bought the regular album. He sent me the link. He told me that you could stream it on all platforms. No, listen, I want to buy it from you, and I want the autograph. I bought the regular album and the autograph poster when it came with the poster. Nigga, I ain't and if I ain't lying, DNA, hey, shout out to DNA. Call this is DNA. Listen, so I'm just telling you, like these niggas out here really buying battle rap merch, really buying battle rap albums. If you don't believe it, that means that you're not really tapped in. I'm just keeping it real. This ain't to throw no shit on Hollow because Hollow one of the ghosts, but I'm telling you, like, you might not really be tapped in if you think that niggas ain't really buying this stuff from battle rappers like these. Why you think battle rappers keep on putting out merch? And you keep on you got a clothing line. You know that people support battle rap merch, battle rap albums, everything. Look at Sue Surf. Like, they got I personally bought. Until further notice. I hit the battle rappers up. I don't want to stream it on. I don't want to stream it. I want to buy it. I want you to have the money. Period. Alright, if you ain't got no link for it, take your $20. I'm gonna go stream it free. Like what? No. So like, I don't feel like it's unfathomable that DNA made $100,000 off that album, because I feel like, it's DNA at the end of the day. Like, come on, you might not have been around, but DNA has been doing media. DNA following is kind of crazy now. I don't know maybe you ain't been paying attention. Like, DNA is really like one of them niggas. He's one of them niggas in media, any one of them niggas in battle rap. Like, come on, man. He was like, what? He was. Nah, you tripping. I don't know. Like, maybe you ain't been tapped in, or maybe you need to be tapped in. And maybe that's why you're going to lose, because you ain't been tapped in. Because, like, you don't know that maybe, DNA is one of them niggas in media and everything. He didn't touch a large fan base, pause. He didn't tap into a large fan base, and he, DNA might be, he's, I don't want to say bigger, that's a pause. But, his fan base is expanding more than regular battle rappers, pause. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you might be barking up the wrong tree, and if you're gonna come with the angle, you definitely gonna lose. But not to say that Hollow can't win, because I feel like, if DNA coming there thinking that, Hollow a game and Hollow gonna talk about this and that, like both of them can freestyle, man. Hollow can come in there with something crazy and get DNA out of here. Like, but I feel like if DNA feel like, if Hollow have a crazy first round, I feel like DNA probably switch lanes, he can freestyle. I feel like DNA got something in the tuck. DNA a veteran, but Hollow a veteran. Like, I feel like they got, they got stuff in the tuck just in case the other one have a crazy round, or they got I feel like this gonna be a crazy round. I got DNA 2-1. I feel like, I don't feel like Hollow could do what he did with Clips, or anybody with, it's hard to break DNA down because what you breaking down, you could break it down. You could come with the you used to use gun bars, but now you don't type of shit. But that shit is like corny. Like what the fuck? Okay, unless you make it, you got to have a crazy ass angle. Like you got to have a crazy, you know what I mean? But I don't feel like niggas really care about that. We talking about like right now, DNA is killing shit, and your last couple performers wasn't that good. So I don't feel like you could come with pause. You could come with none of that. Oh, DNA used to use gun bars. Now you don't. Oh, you done finally grew up. Okay, well, nigga, it's something. Hey, man. Once upon a time, I used to do this, and now I don't do this. That's a part of growing up. DNA is 30 plus. The nigga done grew up, so you can come talking about, well, you used to do this and used to do that, or this back in this day, back in that day. Niggas ain't worried about that because mostly, listen, especially the grown ups, niggas in their 30s, like we ain't worried about that because nigga, in my 20s, I'm from the south side of Chicago, nigga. I just did 7 years in prison for shooting a nigga. I just did a lot of stuff that I used to do that I don't do now, nigga. So we ain't trying to hear none of what you DNA used to be or you used to be your young boy. I don't give a fuck if you send it to the store for pieces because I listen, before I went to prison, I was sending niggas to the store for blunts, and when I came home, them niggas was killing niggas out here. Them niggas was catching bodies out here. Them not the same young boys. And if you try to play them like the same young boys, nigga, you be the next nigga they picking up on the street. So, and I feel like that's what the mistake that Holler gonna make. He feel like the DNA, that same little nigga, he ain't that same little shorty that you used to send to the store for blunts or whatever you used to do. Or the little number 7, he's not the same shorty. I'm telling you, G. I'm telling you. Listen, you get in there and play with DNA, and DNA is gonna fuck you up, Hollow, I'm telling you. G, this is just from man to man. Like, I'm just a blogger, I'm just media, but I'm telling you, you get in there thinking that he the same little shorty that he was back in the day, folk. And listen, your ass is gonna be, alright, I'm telling you. And DNA, I don't want you to go in there playing with her. I don't even feel like DNA gonna play with you. I don't feel like DNA play with nobody. But listen, alright, this is all I'm saying. I like both of them. I'm rooting. DNA is in my top 5. Period. All time. He's my top 5. All time in my top 5 favorite, because them are two different things. Because like you can understand that Michael Jordan is the greatest player in the world, but your favorite might be Stephen Curry. You know what I'm saying? So them are two different things. I got a top 5, and I got a favorite top 5. My top 5 DNA is definitely in there. Both either it's just of all time or just favorite. My favorites, I ain't gonna give my regular top 5, my all-time top 5. I'm gonna give my favorites. My all-time favorites is the top 2 is set in stone. The other ones are in no order. My top 5 are K-Shine. He's my number 1 favorite. I don't give a fuck what you say. You talking that shit about K-Shine, nigga. You see me at the event, you got to run it. That's it, nigga. We're gonna fight. That's it. I don't care. Ain't no K-Shine standing you. I don't give a fuck. K-Shine ain't never lost. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Debate with your mama. Anyway. Number 2, Tay-Rock. Same fucking thing. Like, don't come to me talking about nothing about Tay-Rock. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Nigga, he beat Danny. I don't care. Second round, Danny talked to smack half the round. Tay-Rock got the third. Danny definitely got the first. I feel like Tay-Rock got the second. He talked to Smack half the Smack and Sue Surf half the fuck around. He keep fucking talking to Surf half the fuck around. Like half the round you had your head. Don't be so started. Whatever. Don't get me started on that. Anyway, I ain't here to even talk about that. DNA, Briz. Wait, so I got K-Shine, Tay-Rock, DNA, Briz, and Sue Surf. Sue Surf. I mean, Sue Surf probably like Sue Surf in that category probably like number. I don't know what it's. I don't know. All of them. I feel like all 5 of these. I feel like it's 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 2C. I ain't got no top 5. Fuck it. Like K-Shine, Tay-Rock was 1 and 2, and like Sue Surf, DNA, and Briz. Briz ain't active, but Briz still in my top. But. Period. Pause. Period. So, I just feel like in my top 5 of all time, Hollow is not in my top 5 of all time, but he's definitely in my top 10. But he's not in my top 5, but DNA is. So, I'm just gonna tell you. Yeah, I sound like a hater, but I ain't a hater. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, I feel like Hollow is one of the goats. I feel like he's up there. When you talk about legends and talking about one of the greatest. I feel like he's up there with Clips and Goods and DNA, but I don't feel like he's up there with Mook and Lux. I mean, he's, I would put Rex above him, definitely. I definitely would put Arsenal above him. But he's right there with, like, Verb, Clips, and DNA, but he just, I don't know, because I wouldn't put, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. That's just me. I definitely think DNA is going to win this battle. I definitely think Hollow's going to have a crazy round. But I definitely think that DNA is just like I think Hollow's mistaken. I think Hollow think that DNA is that same DNA, and like I feel like you're gonna get smoked for that. I'm sorry, that's just my thing. I feel like you're gonna have a crazy round. You have a good round. I've got DNA 2-1, possibly a gentleman's 30. I feel like Hollow gonna show up, but it ain't gonna be enough. Like, your Rum Nitty, from your last couple performances, your Rum Nitty performance, your K-Shine performance, like, DNA has been steady. If he hasn't been going up, then he's been steadily on top of his game. Like, I don't feel like you've been going up, you've been ascending. Or, I feel like more or less you've been stagnant, but your stagnation has been lower than if you would say DNA is stagnating. But I don't feel like DNA is stagnant. I feel like DNA has been going up every, battle. And if he hasn't at least going up, he's been out, battling consistently at a high level for a long time. And I don't feel like I got that from Hollow in a long time. Hopefully he brings it on the 26th. But even if he does, I don't see no scenario where he beats DNA. I'm just going to keep it real, bro. It ain't a day on these calendars, on no calendar. It ain't a day on no calendar that you can find that I feel like Hollow going to beat DNA. Sorry. I know I'm supposed to be non-biased, but fuck that, nigga. DNA 2-1, possible 3-0. That's my motherfucking prediction. Resolution 2. Everybody download Caffeine, download the URL TV app. This is the real Moose, Proper Context Media. Holla at me.